Okay, so yogis, welcome to one more practice with Yogi Mo. Request you to settle down onto your mats for now, facing the camera, so that we're all on the same kind of orientation. Begin to settle in with your breath, starting off with slowing down the breath and then mindfully moving away from the rest of the day, however it was. No judgments. And as you let go of the past, see if you can also stop obsessing about the future and stay in the present. And the beauty about the present is that it never lasts. It's flowing, just like your breath. So use your breath to anchor into your present. You can never hold on to your breath, and you can never anticipate the next breath you're going to take. It's always this breath that matters. So enjoy the breath. And then move into your intention for your practice now. My intention is to revise our twists and back bends. So they usually go together. So whenever you're doing a lot of deep twisting, you use your back bends as a way to relieve that pressure on your spine that you create with the twist. And whenever you get into a lot of deep back bends, you use your twists to get out of the pressure. So I had a few choices. I could have done both equally, but I think I'd like to focus more on the twists today. And for the twists, it's completely fine. And this is always a general thing I keep telling everyone. Please do not push yourselves into poses just because your ego wants to get you there, or because you think the person who's demoing it, like for example, Ranjini today, and thank you again, Ranjini, for being the demo yogi today. She can go into fairly deep twists and fairly deep back bends. So you don't have to benchmark yourself against her. She's demoing more as a guide, more as like, this is where you generally need to be. But each one has to find his or her own a depth of practice, realize your own limitations and respect them, rather than, just push your body into all these weird positions and then wake up tomorrow and regret it, especially if you have lower back issues. And if you have lower back issues, twists are going to be great for you, but not so much your back bends. But at the same time, don't avoid your back bends, because the back bends are the ones that strengthen your lower back. But just don't push yourself very deep and don't hold for too long. So if you feel you've had enough, learn to just get out of your back bend and take it easy for a bit. All right, having said that, let's warm up. But even before the warm up, because this is a twisted thing, I want you to first start by just folding your arms across your chest. So just hang on to your elbows in front of you, so you have zero leverage. Inhale, spine tall, and then just twist to the left. So see how far you can go by just twisting to the left. But keep your hips level. You don't want, just because you're twisting to the left, you don't want your right hip rising. Come back, notice how far you go. Come back to the center and then twist to the right. Notice how far you go. If you notice, you may not be able to go too far because the spinal cord only has so much degree of freedom. Come back to neutral. All I wanted to explain to you was that left to itself without leverage, there's only so much you can do with your twist. Now release your arms and get your right palm outside your left knee. Your left palm behind you. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, twist. And you'll suddenly notice you can twist a lot more. Now, that's not you twisting a lot more, or that's no magic happening. That's just basically the power of leverage. It's also the power of holding your spine tall. So the taller you hold your spine, the more space you create between your vertebrae to twist. The leverage allows you to increase that space between your spines, between your vertebrae. Come back to neutral and do the other side. So left palm outside right knee, right palm behind you. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, keep twisting. Another thing you need to notice, with each inhale, increase the length of your spine. With each exhale, release deeper into the twist. So that's another tip that you carry through your practice. And this is pretty standard for any twist you're doing. Inhale, spine tall, exhale, twist. Slowly, 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 release. Come back to neutral. When you're ready, I would like to do the flowing warm-up. So get your left palm out, get your right palm outside next to you. Inhale, take your left arm all the way up, reach, and exhale, lateral. So push down to the right. The more you push down, the more you need to push your left hip into the mat or your left ankle, wherever you're sitting. Exhale, release. Get your right palm outside left knee, left palm behind you. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, twist. Stay with your breath. And then circle your arms around. Get your right palm behind you. And circle your left arm across and up into a back bend. Lift your hips off your heels or the mat. If you're sitting cross-legged, it works just as well. Keep reaching back. So that's your twisted back bend. Slowly release. Get your hips back down to the mat or to your heels. Get your left palm next to you. Inhale, take your right arm up and across. So it's a lateral bend. Keep taking it across. See if you can turn your heart up towards the ceiling just a little bit. So it's still a lateral bend, but you're also working in a little twist. When you're ready, release your right palm behind you, left palm outside right knee. Inhale, spine tall, exhale, twist. Keep twisting. With each inhale, increase the length of your spine. With each exhale, twist a little more. And then go into your back bend. So circle your left palm behind you. Circle your right arm up and across. Lift your hips off the mat. Reach up and back. Stay with your breath. Enjoy the back bend. Keep pushing your hips forward towards the camera. Keep taking your heart up towards the sky. Feel the arch in your back. Slowly release. A bit quicker now. Inhale, take your left arm up and across. Exhale, twist. Twist to the left. Twist to the left. Exhale, release, twist to the left. No, twist to the left. Twist. Slowly release and hips up, back bend. The other side, Ranjani, the other side. You're making circular motions. Slowly release, get your hips back down. Once again, right palm up, inhale, lateral. Release your right palm behind you, left palm outside right knee, inhale, spine tall. Exhale, twist. Release your left palm behind you. Circle your right palm up and across all the way. Hips up, back bend. And release. Okay, slowly release your feet from underneath of you. Come up to standing. And walk to the top of your mat, all the way to the top. Keep your feet about hip distance apart. Push down equally into all four corners of your feet. Make sure your heels are lining up behind your second and third toes. Pull your kneecaps up. Tailbone pointing down, navel pulling in gently, spine growing tall, shoulders relaxed away from your ears. When you're ready, inhale, take your arms all the way up and slightly back. Slightly, so it's a slight back bend. So you don't want to push your limits when you're just starting. You want to kind of warm up nicely. Exhale all the way forward to forward fold. Take your time. Still working in. Now, you may not be able to reach all the way down to begin with, so feel free to hold on to the backs of your calves or the backs of your ankles. Then make sure your hips are over your heels. Then see if you can straighten out your knees even more. Then see if you can lengthen your spine. Then as you exhale, pull your heart in towards your knees. Let your neck hang if you want to, or you can keep your chin up. Either ways works. Inhale, come up halfway. Reach your fingertips down. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips on either side. Try and keep your fingertips right next to your feet because that's where you want to be when you get into your Chaturanga or your plank. So you don't want to be shifting your palms. Take your right foot all the way back. Keep your right knee straight. Reach forward with your heart. Get your right palm next to your left foot. Inhale, circle your left arm up into your first twist. Must be feeling great. I wish I could join you guys. Keep your hips low, but keep your right knee straight. Reach up even higher with your left palm. Slowly release your left palm down. Front foot all the way back to plank. Stay with plank. Hips in line with shoulders. Shoulders in line with your wrists. Spread your fingers, index fingers parallel to one another. Slowly drop down to your knees. Chest between your palms and chin on the mat. Knees, chest, chin. So you're keeping a nice arch in your lower back. Your shoulders move away from your ears. It's an awkward position to be in, but hey, you're getting your back bend. And it's a very gentle back bend. You don't have to work too hard on this one. Then release your hips down to the mat. Leave all 10 toes pointing back. Keep about hip width distance between your knees and slowly rise up to baby cobra. So you push your palms forward on the mat. It's like you want to push the mat forward on the forward with your palms. Keep rising up. Gently push your shoulder blades in towards each other. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. If you can, if you want to, release your palms off the mat, but without getting your toes off the mat. So stick your toes even further into the mat. If you want to circle your palms behind you, interlace your fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades even more, straighten out your elbows, and see if you can lift your palms up towards the ceiling as much as you can. Once you've done that, see if you can rise your heart up even more. 3, 2, 1, release your palms, get them under your shoulders, tuck your toes in, come up through your knees, hips up and back to your first down dog. So take your time, settle down into your down dog. Stay with your breath. Spread your fingers, index fingers parallel to one another. Externally rotate your arms at the shoulders. Keep dropping your heels down towards the mat. Keep pushing the backs of your thighs towards the wall behind. Knees are straight, 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 straight. Stay with your breath for a bit. When you're ready, look forward between your fingertips. Get your right foot all the way forward between your palms on the right, a little to the right of the center. Stay low with your hips. Right knee over right ankle. Left knee straight. Stay with your breath. Keep taking your heart forward. So the more you take your heart forward, the more your hips will start rising. So it's a fine balance between taking your heart forward and keeping your hips low. So the way I like to do it is first stretch my heart out as far forward as I can, then I hold it there, and then I start dropping my hips down. When you're ready, get your left palm next to your right foot. Inhale, take your spine tall. Exhale, take your right arm up. Reach up. See if you can stack your shoulders. A little bit of pressure between your shoulder blades. Root out of your left shoulder. You don't want to sink into your left shoulder. You want to root out of your left shoulder so that your right shoulder reaches up towards the ceiling. Then your right fingertips reach up. Slowly release your right palm back down. Get your left foot all the way forward between your palms. Deep forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Now, if you've got your fingertips down on the mat, the next thing you want to do is see if you can drag your fingertips right next to your feet. So ideally, fingertips are next to your feet. Now, if you can't reach and if you're happy to keep your fingertips in front of you, that's fine too. When you're ready, if you need to bend your knees a bit, inhale all the way up. So palms all the way up. And into a little bit of a back bend. And then slowly release your palms in front of your heart. Check in with your breath. Check in with your heartbeat. Check in with how you generally feel after your first round. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and back. So today it's always up and back. Go a little deeper with your back bend if you wish to. If you think you're a little warmer, exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, left foot all the way back. Bend your knees, palms on either side of your foot. Don't keep your palms ahead of your foot. Left foot all the way back. Drop your left knee down. Walk your left knee further back if you can, keeping your right knee over your right ankle. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Stay vertical. Keep pushing your tailbone down and forward. Get your left elbow outside right knee. Right palm on top of left palm. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, keep twisting to the right. Try to get your right elbow up towards the ceiling, so it's like vertical. Push down with your right palm, but lift your left ribs away from the floor. Now that's the secret sauce. As you keep pushing down with your right palm, you want to keep lifting your left ribs off the mat. Once you've got that action, then push your left ribs forward, right ribs back into your best little twist that you can. Remember, you're leveraging your twist, so you can afford to go a little deeper. When you're ready, slowly release your palms on either side of your right foot. Pick up your back knee. Right foot goes all the way back to plank. If you want, knees, chest, chin, and you can keep going knees, chest, chin all through. If you want, Chaturanga. If you're doing Chaturanga, push your heels forward. Get your shoulders ahead of your fingertips. Then bend your elbows. Stop when your torso reaches elbow height. Keep your chin up. Keep your hips in line with your shoulders. Your forearms are perpendicular to the floor. Keep rolling your heart forward and then drop all the way down to the mat. Very good. Relax all 10 toes onto the mat. Inhale, circle your arms overhead so your arms are next to your ears. Take an exhale. When you're ready, stick all 10 toes into the mat. Inhale, lift your arms up, lift your heart up. Keep your elbows extended as high as it'll go, but anchor with your toes. Push your toes into the mat as much as you can. So you're almost Superman or Superwoman if you want to be sexist about this. Stay with your breath. Inhale, keep taking your heart higher. Exhale, lengthen your spine. Notice, even in your back bends, you need to lengthen your spine. So Piyush, this is perfectly fine. Even if you have a back injury, you can safely do this. As long as you're not kind of throwing your arms up into the air. Slowly release your palms back down under your shoulders. Palms under your shoulders. Tuck your toes in, come up through your knees, hips up and back. So Ranjini there was hoping for some time off in alligator. Not going to happen. Too bad for you. Enjoy your down dog instead. Externally rotate your arms at the shoulders, drop your heels down towards the mat. For many of us, the heels will never reach the mat, and that's fine. As long as you can feel the stretch in your Achilles tendon, as long as your knees are straight, as long as you're pushing your thighs towards the wall behind, as long as you're lifting your tailbone up and back by engaging your core, as long as you're lengthening your spine to the max, you're good. When you're ready, get your left foot all the way forward between your palms. Drop down on your right knee. Walk your right knee as far back as you can. Keep dropping your tailbone down and forward as much as you can. Inhale. Take your arms up, reach up. Keeping that spinal lengthening. Get your right elbow outside your left knee. Work it so that you kind of get into as deep a twist as you can. So as you can see, Ranjini gets it pretty much as far out as she can the first shot. Now, some of us need to use our left palm to kind of, hold that left thigh and get the elbow across. Do that. Then it's palm on top of palm. So left palm on top of right palm. See if you can keep your left elbow pointing up towards the sky. Push down with your left palm onto your right palm. Then inhale, find a taller spine. Exhale, twist a little more. Inhale, find a taller spine. Exhale, lift your right ribs off the mat. As you keep lifting your right ribs off the mat, keep pushing your tailbone down and forward. Then keep pushing your right ribs forward, left ribs back. Gently. See if you can ease your left shoulder away from your left ear. So you don't want to kind of cringe up your left shoulder. When you're ready, release both palms on either side of your front foot. Get your back foot all the way forward into a forward fold, hips over heels, knees straight, fingertips next to your feet if you can. Inhale, come up halfway. Lengthen your spine, shoulder blades pulling in gently towards each other. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and back. Palms together in front of your heart, release. Inhale, circle your arms up, but stay vertical. Don't go into a back bend. Stay vertical. Reach up even higher. Then take your right knee up. Push all your weight into your left foot. So right angles at your right hip, right knee, right ankle. When you're ready, left palm outside right knee. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, twist. Take your right palm to face back. So lower your right palm and twist it all the way back. Now, once again, push down into your left foot, root to rise. Inhale, increase the length of your spine. Exhale, keep twisting. Reach your right palm across to the midline. Keep pulling the right knee in towards the midline. Don't kind of give up on the right knee and let it flay out to the right. Keep the right knee where it is. Inhale, your arms all the way up. Both your arms all the way up. Get out of the twist, so face forward. Exhale, lower your palms down, take your right foot all the way back, low lunge. If you can't manage this in one move, by all means, drop your right foot down and walk it back. Keep your right knee straight. Stay on the balls of your right foot. Inhale, come up, high lunge. You know where this is going. Now, if you can manage it from here, get your right elbow outside your left knee, twist. And palm on top of palm, keep twisting. If this is too much, if this feels too much, drop down on your right knee. Do what we did last time. No worries. Keep twisting. If you want to, drop your right palm down towards the mat. Lift your left palms up towards the sky. Only if you want to. Feel that opening in your around your pecs, around your chest, around your collarbone. So reach up, reach back with your left arm. And of course, if you want to do this with your right knee down on the floor, no worries. If you want to go for the bind, go for the bind. So right palm goes under your left thigh, and your left palm circles back, and you kind of hold on to your fingers. And then once you've got the bind, lift your left shoulder up and back. Look up towards the ceiling. But this is only if you want to. Whenever you're ready, slowly release, get your palms forward on either side of your front foot. Drop your right heel down, heel to arch alignment. Extend your right arm, circle it up and open out, warrior two. Keep pushing your left hip down and forward. Left knee tracks over your second and third toes. Now, circle your left arm up next to your left ear. But don't worry about your right arm right now. Then turn your left palm to face back. Then bend your left elbow so that your left palm gets onto your upper back. Then right palm circles back. If you can, touch your fingers or maybe interlace your fingers. If you can't, just hold on to your shirt and kind of try and tear your shirt apart. Whatever works for the yogis. Don't kill yourself in trying to get your fingertips to touch. The idea is to get a nice little stretch on your left tricep. The idea is also to open out your left shoulder. See if you're trying to face forwards. Don't. Face the side. So face the right side of the mat. You're still in warrior two. When you're ready, come back to warrior two. Windmill your arms around. Get your left foot all the way back to plank. Hips in line with shoulders, shoulders on top of your wrists, knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga, yogi's choice. All the way down. Arms forward. Relax all 10 toes on the mat. So relax your palms on the mat. If you want, spread your palms to a little more than shoulder width apart. And then stay on your palms or your fingertips. So a little wider, Ranjani, if you can. Okay, now keep your chin on the mat. Keep your knees straight. Reach even further back with your toes. Inhale, lift all toes off the mat. Reach up for the ceiling, but keep your knees straight. Do not bend your knees. It's okay if you can't go too far up, but don't bend your knees. If you want, crawl your fingertips forward to give you that little more space in your spine to keep taking your toes even higher up. Keep your knees about hip width apart, but keep pushing your knees in towards each other. Stay with your breath. Do not hold your breath. Come on, take your toes up a little higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your toes down, tuck your toes in, get your palms under your shoulders, up through your knees, hips up and back, down dog. Enjoy your down dog. When you're ready, get your right foot all the way forward between your palms. Inhale, sweep your arms up, high lunge. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Find the length in your spine. When you're ready, exhale, left elbow outside right knee, twist palm on top of palm. Take a little time to adjust yourself into as deep as you can go. So some people are happy with elbow outside knee. Some people manage to get the tricep outside the knee. Some people manage to even get the shoulder outside the knee. So it depends. If you want, drop your left palm down, take your right palm up. Keep extending your spine. Do not forget the basics. Left ribs moving up away from the mat. Left ribs moving forward. Right ribs moving back. Right ribs also moving up towards the ceiling. So feel that lift when you're doing your twist. If you want, go for the bind. Breathing becomes really difficult. So make sure you're using your breath. If you're doing the bind, release your right shoulder up and back as much as you can. Stay with your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your palms on either side of your front foot. Drop your left heel down, heel to arch alignment. Extend your left arm, circle up, warrior 2. Keep pushing your right hip down towards your right ankle. Push down with your left pinky toe. Take your right arm up to the ceiling next to your ear. Turn your right palm. So don't go into reverse warrior. Just keep it vertical up. Turn your right palm to face the wall behind. Get your right palm on your upper back. Bend your right elbow. And then circle your left palm behind you. Interlace or hold on to your shirt and pull it apart. As long as you're getting a stretch on your right tricep, I'm happy. Nothing else matters. But don't give up on your warrior 2. Keep pushing your right hip down towards your right ankle. Right knee over your second and third toes. Left pinky toe pushing into the mat. Inhale, take your spine tall. Exhale, see if you can deepen the tricep stretch. All the while, notice your breath. Stay with your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release back, warrior 2. Windmill your palms around on either side of your front foot. Now, pay attention. You're going to come up. You can either come up with your left foot coming forward to next to your right foot and then pull your left knee up and your arms up, or try and do it all in one motion. So you come up with your arms circling up and your left knee up. Because you remember, we got to do the twist. So you decide, you got to control this. Whenever you're ready, make your transition. Make it as easy as you want or go nuts. Inhale, take your arms up and then take your left knee up. Left knee up. Yeah. Keep reaching your fingertips up. Keep pushing down into your right foot, root to rise. Then right palm outside left knee. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, left arm parallels out. And then twist back. Inhale, think of a string pulling the crown of your head even higher up. Exhale, twist a little more, but try not to get your left knee out. Keep pulling your left knee in. Keep pulling your left palm in towards the midline. Keep taking your heart up. When you're ready, release your left foot down. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Stay with your breath. Okay, now make sure your feet are hip width apart. So even if you're the kind of yogi that prefers to keep big toes and heels together, keep your feet hip width apart. Yogi warning, we are going into chair pose. And from chair pose, we're going to twist. Sorry, but gotta do this. If you find anything overwhelming, always remember you don't have to do it. So if you find chair pose overwhelming, just do a forward fold and then do a twist from there on the same side that the rest of the group is doing it. If you just want to hold your chair pose and not do the twist, that's fine too. It's totally up to you. Another yogi warning coming up. From chair pose, I'm going to ask you to move your left foot all the way back into a twist. Now, if you find this extremely challenging to move because it is a kind of difficult transition, feel free to kind of, release your palms down on either side of your feet, move your left foot back, and then get back into your twist, either with your right knee down or right knee up, totally up to you, yogis, when you're ready. So that's the end of all the yogi warnings. So you know where you're going. Inhale, arms all the way up. Reach up, stay vertical, forget the back bend. Exhale, bend your knees, take your hips back and down, chair pose. Keep your arms next to your ears. Slowly reach your fingertips even higher up. Tighten your core even more. Keep your chin up. Keep moving your tailbone back and down. Keep your knees behind your toes. Stay with your breath. When you're ready, right elbow outside left knee, left palm on top of right palm. Now, once again, inhale, spine tall. Exhale, keep twisting. Once again, lift your right ribs away from the mat. Lift your left ribs up towards the ceiling. Then, as you exhale, right ribs pushing forward, left ribs pushing back. Ranjani makes it look easy, but I know each one of you is struggling with your twists. So stay with your breath. And worse, your twists make your breathing even more difficult. Deal with it. That's why you come to your mat. It's a practice. Don't get into your ego temptations. Don't try to max it out. Stay with your breath. Stay within your limitations. When you're ready, transfer all your weight onto your left foot. Take your right foot all the way back. Sorry, so you're going to take your right foot all the way back. Now is a good time to start getting into your posture. Right knee straight. When you're ready, float up, warrior high lunge. Float up to high lunge. Circle your right palm behind you, behind your right knee. Right knee, right knee. And then reach further down. So look down at your right heel. Keep walking your fingertips down towards your right knee, right heel. So getting into your back bend. Keep opening out your right shoulder. Keep reaching up and back with your left fingertips as much as you can go. So you're twisting into a nice little back bend. Slowly come back to high lunge. Windmill your palms all the way down. Left foot goes all the way back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga, yogi's choice. And then all the way down to the mat. Rest your arms alongside your torso. Rest your toes on the mat. Keep your knees hip width apart. Keep your toes hip width apart. So I know geometrically that's not possible, but approximately both are about hip width apart. Your knees will be slightly closer. Your toes, of course, will be slightly wider because that's plain geometry for you. Okay. Bend your knees in so that your heels come as close to your hips as possible. Yeah. Now see if you're unconsciously lifting your tailbone up. Try to squeeze your tailbone down towards the mat. Keep getting your heels close to your hips. Then walk your fingertips as far back as you can on the mat. Keep walking. The more you walk your fingertips, at some point you'll feel the need. So first you'll feel your shoulders moving away from your ears. Good. Keep walking your fingertips. Then at some point you'll feel you can start taking your heart off the mat. Do that. So start taking your chin off the mat, your heart off the mat. Keep walking your fingertips back. Then see if you can get your fingertips off the mat. Keep reaching back for your ankles. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Keep reaching back. Squeeze your shoulder blades in and then see if you can hold on to both your ankles at exactly the same time. If you can't, hold on to one, then hold on to the other. If you can't, get a belt or a towel, hook it around your ankles and stay there. Now, if you want to, and if you can, see if you want to drop your chin and your heart back down. If you can't, just hang on to your ankles. Now, engage your biceps. Pull your heels closer to your hips as much as you can. Feel the stretch on your quadriceps. Stay with your breath. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, bear down on your ankles. When you're ready, start moving your ankles up, back, and down. So this means your elbows will start extending. Then push your ankles back and down. This means your shoulders will start engaging. Keep pushing your ankles back and down. Keep your knees on the mat. Your shoulder blades start squeezing in. Your heart wants to pop out of your rib cage. Then push your ankles even further back. Start raising your heart up. Then if you can, release your knees off the mat. Take your toes up. Take your heart up into your best Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. Stay with your breath. With each inhale, find length in your spine. I know it's bloody difficult to think of length right now, but go ahead, find length. With each exhale, take your toes up even more. Take your heart up even more. Keep squeezing your knees in towards each other. They will not touch. I don't want your knees touching, but imagine a brick between your knees. Push into that brick. Toes up, come on, stay with your breath. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, toes up. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, pull your knees in. Slowly release. Good job, yogis. Good job. Palm on top of palm. Get your forehead on your palm. Stay relaxed. Stay with your breath. When you're ready, slowly get your palms under your shoulders, tuck your toes in, come up through your knees, hips up and back. I know some of you are saying, why can't we just stay here? By all means, you yogis, if you want to stay there, down there, stay down there. But just remember to do the other side. Otherwise, you're going to be unbalanced for the rest of your life. You're going to move around in circles. That's the curse of the one-sided yogi. Right, enough of my stupid jokes. Get your right foot all the way forward between your palms. Stay on the balls of your left foot. Inhale, sweep your arms up, high lunge. Circle your left palm behind your left knee. Look back and down at your left heel. Walk your left fingertips down your left calf towards your left heel. Reach up even higher with your right fingertips. And then take your right fingertips as far back as you can. Keep pushing your tailbone down and forward even more. Stay with your breath. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, reach down even more with your left fingertips. Inhale, release your left palm all the way back up to high lunge. Windmill your palms all the way down. Get your left foot all the way forward between your palms. Keep your knees bent. Keep taking your tailbone as far back and down as you can. Keep your tailbone down. Keep your feet about hip width apart. Inhale, sweep your arms up, chair pose. Keep taking your tailbone down and back. When you're ready, get your left elbow outside left knee. Right palm on top. See if you can find length in your spine before you get into your twist. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, push your left ribs up. Inhale, spine tall. Push your left ribs forward. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, right ribs back. Push all your weight into your right foot. Take your left foot all the way back. So just want to reverse that. Take your left foot all the way back into twist. If you want, of course, get your palms down, move into your left twist. Now get your left foot all the way forward because we've done the rest of the flow. And inhale, release your twist, come up all the way, standing tall, standing tall. Reach up with your arms. And then release, palms in front of your heart. Stay with your breath. Wonderful. Lie down on the mat. But don't get your hopes up. It's still not Shavasana time. Do not get your hopes up. Keep your knees bent, heels close to your hips as far as possible. We are moving to bridge. Make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Your feet are about hip width apart. We're moving to bridge. So first thing is push your shoulders down into the mat and away from your ears. Then point your tailbone up. Start moving your hips up as high as you can take them. Keep pushing your palms down. Keep taking your hips up. See if you can get your hip points in line with your knees. Then lift your right shoulder, squeeze your right shoulder blade in, rest your right shoulder back down. Lift your left shoulder, squeeze your left shoulder blade in, put your left shoulder down. Then see if you can interlace your fingers beneath you and then push down with your forearms to take your hips even further up. Come on. Try and take your sternum up to your chin. Don't jam your chin down towards your sternum. There's a difference, a very subtle difference. Keep taking your sternum up towards your chin. Keep taking your hips up towards the ceiling. Try and get your hip points in line with your knees. When you're ready, slowly, 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 drop your hips down to the mat. Stay here. Now, if you're confident of your chakrasana or your wheel pose, go ahead and do it. If you're not, please don't injure yourself. And please, I always prefer yogis don't get onto their heads when they get into chakrasana. Get your palms under your shoulder, your fingertips under your shoulders, and just clean lift off. If you feel you need to get onto your head, don't do it. Just get into a bridge. But if you're confident with your chakrasana, Ranjani is doing it, is demoing it. So Ranjani, I would suggest keep your elbows in towards each other. Don't allow your elbows to splay out. Get your full palm on the mat. Try and get your elbows in towards each other. When you're ready, lift off. Now, once you've lifted off, first order of the day is to try and straighten out your elbows. So take your heart even higher up. Once you've done that, then take your heart forward. So in Ranjani's case, towards the sofa, or the heart away from the knees. That's easy for everyone to understand. When you want to get out, first tuck your chin in towards your chest. Gently first lower your shoulders down to the mat, and then your head. Good job, everyone. Get your arms to on either side of you. So get your arms like 90 degrees on either side of you. You know where this is going. Push both your knees down to the right. Get into a nice twist. Try and keep your left shoulder on the mat. If you want, release your right palm on top of your left knee so that you kind of remind yourself to push those knees down. Stay with your breath. Now, if you've got lower back issues, what you can do is your upper leg, which is your left leg, straighten the knee and see if you can hold on to your left toes with your right palm. And then see your lower leg, which is your right leg, just straighten the knee on the mat. So both your knees go straight. Now, once you can do this, even if you can't straighten your knees completely, even if they're slightly bent, that's fine. This helps a lot with lower back issues. So if if you're dealing with lower back issues, this kind of really releases the tension in your lower back. And of course, if I were there in person, I'd come and kind of gently push your upper knee away from your lower knee. So you gently get into that yummy stretch zone, which you may not be able to do for yourself, but if you can do that, move your knees and your heels away from each other. And stay with your breath. Take a few moments to enjoy your twist. Slowly release. So just come back to neutral with your arms on either side. Release. Keep your arms on either side, but just come back to neutral. Then bend your knees again. And then drop your knees over to the left. Try to keep your right shoulder on the mat. Enjoy your twist. Deepen your breath. If you want to stay here, if you want, straighten your right knee, hold on to your right big toe with your left palm. Straighten your left knee. And then try and move your heels away from each other. Enjoy your twist. If you want, just remain with your knees bent. That works just as well. This just gets a little deeper into your lower back. Start deepening your breath, longer inhales, longer exhales. And then slowly, slowly, slowly release and wiggle away into your most comfortable Shavasana. let it go. So if you find yourself, sometimes you'll hold tension in places you don't expect. Like sometimes some people will end up curling their toes back towards their heads. Let it go. Sometimes some people will keep their ankles flexed. Let that go. Some people will tense up the hamstrings or the quads for God knows what reason. Let it go. Some people will hold the abs in a little tightly. Let the breath flow with your abs. Some people will hold the tongue. Some people will kind of hold it in their eyeballs. Some people will hold it in their throat. Just let it go. Relax, exhale, become butter, melt into the mat. Nothing to hold on to. As you deepen your breath, try and focus completely on your breath. That's the only thing that you need to stay alive in the medium term. Take a nice long deep breath in, and as you hold your breath in, start wiggling your fingers and toes, coming back to the here and the now. And when you want to exhale, bend your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a nice little squeeze. Make sure everything is working properly. Gently rock from side to side, increasing the amplitude, working the stress out of your spine if any is present. And then roll over to your right, turn your face down, come back to seated, wherever is comfortable. Palms in front of your heart, close your eyes, just a few seconds with your breath, with your meditation. And just pay attention to your thoughts. What are you thinking? How are you feeling? More relaxed, more energetic? Oh, that was terrible. I hate back bends. I hate twists. Why did I join? Oh, that was lovely. Whatever it is you're thinking. And then blink your eyes open. Small word of gratitude to yourselves for taking the time. Interlace your fingers behind you. Let your knuckles drop down to the mat. Extend your elbows. Take your heart up, chin up. Nice little back bend before we go. Slowly release. Get your palms in front of your heart. Namaste, yogis. As always, lovely to practice with you. Hopefully, I'll see you on Sunday. If I'm well, I'll be demoing. If not, maybe we'll have to lean on Ranjni once again. Thank you, Ranjni, for being such a lovely demo person.